Hey guys, this is John from US Dash Camera. Today got a new review on a dash camera. This is the K7 from Jomise. I'm not sure if that's pronounced right, Jomise. I'd seen them but never really considered picking one up. They did reach out to me and asked if I wanted to review this one, so I took a closer look at it. And just from the appearance, it looked pretty solid. It looked interesting, so I did accept that offer. So they did send this review unit out for review, so I'd like to thank them. You can see here the box is discreet. It doesn't even say the company name on it. So a lot of times there's just sort of generic dash cameras that are made in China, but this one was really unique because I hadn't seen one with this design. Maybe there is one that I'm unaware of. But yeah, it's very basic. It comes with the camera itself, and the mount is not detachable, and the power actually goes into the mount. I did actually use this. You can see I put adhesive on here so I could reuse this later. It has an adhesive mount, which I really like. So this can rotate or spin a decent amount. It can't go all the way back, so you can't flip it all the way. But in addition to the camera, you get a USB adapter with 2 ports, so you can plug this into the 1 amp port and charge your cell phone with the 2.1 amp port, which is nice. Comes with a micro USB cable, a pretty long one. That's how you're going to power this camera. There is an optional hardwiring kit, which I did not receive, that it does allow a parking mode. I'll briefly touch on that a little later. Besides that, it just comes with a small manual. It also comes with a static cling type mount. I've never used these myself. The idea is that with static you should be able to keep it on the window. From previous dash cameras, I'm pretty sure that's what that's for. So that's all that comes with it. It's a pretty basic setup, but taking a look at the camera, as I said, it feels really high quality. Like there's some good weight to it. The plastic and everything feels like high quality. I like this pattern here on the side. You'll notice, besides the reset switch, the microphone hole, we got the micro SD card port on the top and the power input. There's no buttons on this at all. So I'm going to power it up and show you the menu real quick. So this does also include built-in GPS and Wi-Fi. So there is a Wi-Fi app. First, let's take a look at the on-screen menu. So it is a touch screen. Since there isn't any buttons, it's going to involve a lot of swiping left or right. So there you can see it starts up pretty quick. If you go right, you can use this QR tag to download the app. You can view your files, and
video recording stopped.
Nice thing you can hear there's alerts, which is pretty cool. So yeah, you swipe down to go back. That's pretty cool though, as I said, that it does have audio alerts. So if the memory card's not in it, it will tell you that it's missing. And there you can see when I started watching a video, it said the recording stopped. So you can't watch videos and continue to record.
Video recording started.
Here there's just a little installation guide. You can see there's a horizon line. So from the main menu, if you swipe up, we got some menu options like resolution, format, volume, screensaver. You can have several different options like a clock, have it turn off after a while, or a customized picture, which in my case I decided to use HAL 9000, but to do that we're going to have to use the Wi-Fi app, so we'll look at that in a sec. So here there's language, restart, or reset and reboot, so it's pretty basic here. I definitely recommend the Wi-Fi app. It's pretty easy, especially if you've already used an Android or iOS phone for many years, like most of us. So from the Wi-Fi app, that's where you can upload a screenshot of your choice and use that as the screensaver. That's a pretty neat feature, but one thing I noticed is there is a remote access option. I asked the company representative, who said it's not ready yet, so apparently in the future there is going to be some sort of way to remotely access it, which makes it sound like it's a cloud feature like Blackview Cloud. I'm not quite sure how useful that's going to be. I'm not sure how it would work with this because there's no other input besides the power input. So that's something I'm curious to see in the future, but for now it's not activated. Of course, from the Wi-Fi app you can view your files, download them. One thing I found interesting is the way it organizes it by day, and you can scroll left or right during different times of the day. To get to the video quality. The video quality is acceptable. I think the daytime footage looks good. It's probably not the best out there. Unfortunately, the night quality though is just average or maybe even below average. I didn't do a direct comparison with other dash cameras, so it's really hard to say for sure. But even when driving through intersections, just the street name signs were very blurry and hard to read, even from up close. But I will say, most dash cameras struggle at night. Typically only the best ones have really clear, easy to read signs at night. I was having issues playing the video files on my PC, so I downloaded VLC Player, which that worked fine, and then the company representative recommended I downloaded a video player app, and he provided a download for it. Unfortunately, Google marked it as either a virus or blocked content, so I was not able to download that. I did end up downloading the K-Lite codec pack, and now the video files work just fine in Windows Media Player. So if you guys are already looking at this camera, you probably already are aware they do advertise it as a 1600p resolution dash camera. It also has some weird frame rate choices, such as 25 frames per second. Now, as I said before, I was going to briefly touch on the parking mode. The parking mode does require a 3-wire hardwiring kit, but it is not a buffered parking mode like ViFo, Blackview, or ThinkWare. So that means when it detects motion or an impact, it's not going to start recording until the moment after it senses that. So if someone hits you and drives off really quick, you might not capture it. That's why if you really care about parking mode, you should look for something with a buffered parking mode. Now, one of the features this camera uses that also uses the voice alerts is the ADAS system. And a lot of dash cameras actually have this feature where basically if it senses that the stopped car in front of you is accelerating, it'll beep or something. But in the case of this camera, it actually alerts you with voice alerts. One interesting ADAS feature this camera has that I don't recall on previous cameras, I could be wrong here, it might not be the only one, is the fact that it'll alert you when the traffic signal turns red to green. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Now, a lot of people aren't going to like this. I see comments a lot of times that people just want to mute all of the alerts on cameras like Blackview and ThinkWare. So this isn't for everyone. And I also hear a lot of people complain that all this technology is useless because drivers should be paying attention. And that's true. Drivers should be paying attention. But again, this shouldn't be meant to be relied on. This should be more of a backup system in case, you maybe are distracted for some reason talking to someone in your car and don't notice the green light. So now that comes to the price of this camera. This camera's list price is $200. At $200, there's definitely other cameras that have better video quality, better parking mode, better app support, and are just going to be all around better. Now, fortunately, you can usually get this on sale. They did give me a coupon code for $60 off. I'm not sure how long that goes for. I did just try it today to see if it's still active, and it still works. And on top of that, there is a $30 off coupon from Amazon. So when I rung it up, it came to $118 after tax. So that's a huge discount. At $118 shipped, if you have Amazon Prime, then, we're talking about a actual fair option. The high quality design, the touchscreen function, the Wi-Fi app, now it seems like a reasonably priced camera and maybe something you'd want to consider. But in the future, I'd love to see better playback software support for Windows. I'm really curious to see how this remote 4G access stuff works because the app talks about it and there's no information about it. He just said it was coming sometime in the future. And 3, I think the regular price should be lower. Now, yeah, there's all these coupons available for it to make it cheaper, but I think the regular price should be lower because anyone that buys this without seeing a review like this and doesn't get that coupon code, I think they're pretty much overpaying on this, unfortunately. But overall, guys, this company, you know, they show promise. If they can just really get those few things down, I think future models could be really great. We'll see how that 4G stuff works. So if you're interested in this camera, check down in the description for that coupon code and a link to where you can purchase this at $118 shipped. It's not bad of a camera and pretty interesting, high quality build camera. So guys, I hope this video was helpful. If it was, I'd appreciate always if you hit like and subscribe. And as usual, drive safe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.